Hi, this is Ricky Sun. I'm a Pi consultant. Today I'd like to talk about when your company acquire other company, right? Pretty exciting because your company is expanding. Also, it is very common that you sell your asset, and when it makes sense, making profit, then you sell, and you acquire when it is low. And then when you acquire a new company, you will have new system, right? And this is because they are producing products. It could be oil, it could be gas, it could be chemicals. Once you acquire this company as a Pi administrator, you want to help your company start collecting the data so that they are not blind. They have other SCADA system that control it, but if you wanted to let your accountant look at the data and see if it's producing revenue, then you want to collect it into the Pi system. With all these other information together, then you would make sense with the data. After your company acquire the other company, you will have many systems coming in. So most common one is the SCADA system. And I was surprised when I worked for a client, they have many SCADA systems. It could be Ping, SitePro, or Signet, or like Ignition, right? It could be Delta V. So then you kind of like overwhelmed it because you need to collect this data very short period of time. Then what do you need to do? To put it very simple, all you need to know to grab the SCADA system, well, maybe you can collaborate with the people who support the SCADA system and then ask them if they can create text file from their system. Like, can you save a file from their SCADA system? If you have control too, like sometimes you like to have control, then you would grab their API from their SCADA system and then using their API and then make a file by pulling data from their API. Once you are able to create the files, right, periodically pulling data and then make a files, then you would be able to put it in Pi by Pi UFL interface. For that interface, all you need to do is save your file with tag name, value, and timestamp. Then periodically you save a file from the SCADA API, and then Pi UFL interface can take care of the piece of send data to Pi. It could also be other way. If you know their API, like the SCADA API, if you can take care of that piece, you can also use Pi Web API to send to Pi, or you can use AFSDK to send to Pi. It doesn't matter. So this is kind of like a programming way to send data to Pi. Or if it is a database, from a Pi interface standpoint, if it's an interface, we would want to use the Pi RDBMS interface to send data to Pi. This way is very common as well. The fourth way that I'm going to say is OPC, right? OPC DA, HDA. It usually attached to your SCADA system, and you would be able to grab data from Pi OPC interface and then send to Pi. What I said right now is just the common way to do it. There are of course many other interface out there and many other systems, but those four interface cover 80% of the time of the data. After you collect, you try to make sense and put everything in one place. I'm talking about, of course, Pi Historian, because this is what I do, right? And it could be other things. It could be IP21 or other cloud historian. But the end goal for you is you want to track what you're producing so that your finance or accountant can look at the data and see if your company is making money. You also want to track like what you sell to the market too, right? So what you produce, what you sell. From the finance perspective, the asset you acquire, you need to make a profit. If it is not making a profit, they want to sell it back. So just a few examples, like I just want to talk about like power grid. Maybe you're a utility company and then you generating powers and you may burn coal, maybe solar, maybe maybe when it is going to cost you to produce the power versus how much you sell back to the grid. Your financial people would like to know if it is making a profit. And also the oil. Example for oil is how much you produce oil from the ground. This oil sand, it could be just, drill the tube into the oil and then they spill it out versus how much you can produce and sell it to the market. The finance at the end of the day that pays the bill, right? So if it is profitable, then the Pi system would be able to know and then track for you. What I was talking about is just collecting data into PyTex, right? Then once you put the data into PyTex, you would want to make sense out of it. So you would want to create an AF structure, simple save AF structure, put your asset in, right, with a few attributes there. A few attributes could be just the PyTex that we collect data, right? Maybe meters, some pressure sensors, or just for safety stuff. When everything is set, you create an AF structure for that new asset, and you can use PyVision, or you can build some Power BI dashboard for yourself, your operator, your process engineer to make sense with the data. Also with finance people wanted to know, generate Excel report daily so that they say, oh, okay, this is how much we're producing to cost us to produce. Is how much revenue we can get back. That's all I wanted to share. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe as well as hitting the bell icon. I'll see you next week. Bye.